Welcome back to Talkin Schnitzel, Visit Leavenworth's podcast. I'm your host, Ann Peavey, and with me today is Troy Campbell, Executive Director of the Leavenworth Chamber. Welcome, Troy.
Thank you. We're talking part 2 Oktoberfest.
Part 2 Oktoberfest. And this is really when we get into the nuts and bolts after the keg tapping, after the Fetzug, the parade in town. Mm-hmm. Let's talk first a little bit about what are you going to wear? What are you going to pack? What are you going to need to have? I mean, just talking about the Fetzug, that parade at the beginning, what a perfect time if you've got Trockton to wear your dirndl, wear your lederhosen.
Yes, you're throwing a lot of German words out at our viewers right now. Fetzug is our grand march through town. And it's we have the royal lady part of it. We have townsfolk, some of our elected officials. But it is a tradition that we kick off our Oktoberfest with this Fetzug. And why that would be important for everyone is if you come late, you miss it, number one. It's the first thing that happens right at noon. But second, if you decide to come in your dirndl or your lederhosen, which both are known as Trockten, which is the word for traditional German clothing, if you come, this is why I think a lot of people come to Oktoberfest because they bought a dirndl or lederhosen in Munich and they're looking for a place to wear it.
Absolutely.
And this is the place.
Yeah, once you come home, where are you wearing that?
Yeah, that's probably 60 to 70% of the crowd at Oktoberfest are in some sort of Bavarian type clothing. Whether it's something they got off Amazon or something they spend thousands of dollars on in Munich, everybody's dressed up and it's a very fun atmosphere in that way. So if you're coming, don't worry about it. If you don't have any Trockten, we sell it all here in town. There's multiple stores where you can pick it up, so don't worry about it. But if you do have it, definitely wear it for sure. It's part of the fun. And
bear in mind, it's October in the Cascade Mountains. So whether you're wearing your Trockten or whatever you're wearing, dress in layers. That's what we do here. When it cools down, we're pulling things on. If it's a later summer, we're pulling things off and just being able to enjoy whatever the weather brings us. So if you're coming in, you've got your bags. Something is going to be different this year. Troy, tell me more about that.
Yes. This year we have a clear bag policy that we've instituted. So all bags coming in have to be clear. And if you don't have one, surprise, surprise, we sell them at our welcome center, and they'll be available at the box office at the front gate if you need to pick one up. And that's really about time because we are. It takes a long time to go through these bags, and it really holds up the line. So the clear bags help us process a line, gets everybody in, partying, dancing, and drinking a lot sooner. So
that'll speed things up.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of speeding things up, if I don't want to drive a car in, if I'm staying right outside of town, what are my options for transportation?
Well, you will be happy to hear then that we have 2 shuttles that run simultaneously. On Saturday, it starts at 11:30, ends at around 12:30, so a half hour before we open and a half hour after we close. So you can catch this shuttle going around town. There's 2 shuttles, one that will take you as far out as Sleeping Lady.
Oh, wow.
So we go out there. It hits that side of the river, the area over by the Park and Ride and the Safeway area, and then another one that does the other side of town, up to Ski Hill in that area. So pretty much most of the hotels within our vicinity are covered on that.
We also have Link Transit, right?
We also
our
have
local
Link
community transit.
And they have a shuttle that runs all day from the Park and Ride behind the Safeway, so that can be utilized as well.
Isn't it great that we're such a walkable community? So the majority of hotels in downtown Leavenworth are absolutely walking distance to get into the
pretty much anything in town is going to be walkable. And the shuttles, the good thing about the shuttle for Oktoberfest is it drops you off at the back gate, so right at the doorstep to get in.
And if I'm driving a car, what are my parking options? What's the best thing to do? Come early, obviously.
Yeah, the earlier the better. Yeah. If you can get here before 10:30, you're going to get a good spot.
Got it.
We have over 1,500 parking spots in the city of Leavenworth on street and off street, so there's lots of parking. But don't be shy about taking maybe a lot a little further out, like the lot over by the Adventure Park or over by the Safeway, because we do have those shuttles that are going to pick you up.
So handy.
So handy. So yeah. Also taking the Link, as you pointed out, it's free
Yeah.
from Wenatchee.
Yeah, from
There's
Wenatchee,
no
drops through
charge.
Cashmere, Shasta.
Yeah, so anywhere along there you can take the bus in.
Great.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, let's think a little bit more about planning ahead,
Mhm.
buying tickets ahead, planning for
Yeah.
accommodations.
Yes.
If I was coming in for Oktoberfest and it's the day that tickets go on sale, July 1st, I'm going to want to have my accommodations nailed at that time. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Tickets go on sale July 1st, but this also around the time that you should be booking a hotel room if you want one
Okay.
for the event, because things will start filling up pretty quickly now. And some of the smaller properties, probably most of them are already full. So this is a great time to also be shopping for your hotel room if you're wanting to stay in Leavenworth for this event.
And of course, lots of things on the sort of outskirts of town, Airbnbs, some short-term rental options that are nearby, all the way up to Lake Wenatchee and Stevens
Exactly.
Pass.
And our website, leavenworth.org, has a search engine on it. So if you want to shop what's available, shop the prices, it'll link you right to the hotel or resort or lodge to book directly with them. But it gives people a way to sort of investigate and pick out the property that they want that's the right size for their group or what they're planning.
Got it. And leavenworth.org is also going to be the site for tickets, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Any worries about, I need to get my tickets immediately? Do I need to worry about things selling out? How does that work?
Tickets go on sale July 1st. We highly encourage you to get tickets in advance. And one of the biggest reasons for that is by buying your tickets in advance, that means you only have to stand in one line versus two
Right.
lines.
I've seen those lines.
Yes, because the box office day of tickets, no matter what we do, it always has a line
Surprise.
down the block and around the corner. But those who have pre-purchased tickets can go directly to the security line, go through the bag check, get their ticket scanned, and they're in. But the alternative would be standing in a very long box office line, and then once you're out of that line, you have to go get in the security check line. So that's
Got
why I'm
it.
saying two lines versus one.
And there are two different security check lines, right? There's one that faces west, facing Front Street as you're walking in from town or from Front Street Park, and another entrance
Yes.
with a security check on the eastern side, kind of on the back side of the fest hall, right?
Yeah, and
That's kind of like the locals' best kept secret. I
yeah,
think,
we actually
sometimes.
kind of call that the locals entrance because it's the one that only the locals know about usually.
Yeah.
But it's great because what happens, and in fact, we have to stage people at the main entrance of the fest hall. That line gets really, really long, and
Yeah.
nobody knows that there's another entrance. So we usually have people go through the line and grab a big group from
Like,
the back of the
"Hey,
line,
you
like,
know."
follow me, we'll get in quicker. So yeah, knowing that, and of course there's the entry at the park that has its own gate for the park. But for
Right.
the main area, there are two entrances, one at the Division Street behind the fest hall and one at the entrance of the fest hall area.
And how about those wristbands? Last year was the first time I saw the wristbands, but boy, were they slick.
Yeah, you're
No
talking
more
to,
tickets.
We
right?
are
Or,
wristband crazy. You'll get
yeah.
all kinds of wristbands. You're going to get a wristband that you're over 21. And then there's also a wristband that you can actually connect to your debit card or credit card. So you can just scan it at the terminals.
So
to
we're
pay
doing
for your
a
things.
way with the individual tickets for food and beer.
No, that's done. You can either use the wristband connector or you can just use your card. All of the stations now and all of the beer gardens have card readers. So
Got it.
we're fully modernized.
When do I want to show up?
Showing up, well, if you're coming on Friday, the gates open at 6. We're open 6 to midnight. I would not recommend showing up fashionably late because Fridays go by really quick. So if you paid the admission, I would try to get there as soon as possible. to
Got
get
it.
in because the bands start right at 6 o'clock. So
And then Saturdays,
yeah,
entrance is
Saturdays
at noon. Gates open at noon.
starts at noon, but it kind of depends on what kind of day you want to have. You know, some people we're going to come and party all afternoon and then we're going to go home and crash or go back to the room. Some people are going to do a hike during the day and their Oktoberfest experience is going to be in the evening.
Mhm.
So they're coming around 6. And then you got the diehards that They're going to be there all day.
Every moment from noon until...
They might go back to the hotel for a disco nap and then come back later. But yeah, that's about it. So, it really depends. But, we kick it off with the festu, with the keg tapping, with the stein holding competitions.
Which is at what time?
Those all happen between noon and 2 o'clock.
Got it.
So all of those things happen in that time frame. Some of the really, really fun, iconic things that happen at our Oktoberfest happen in that time frame. So definitely, I recommend coming at that time. And just to remind everybody that no matter if you come Friday or Saturday, the shuttles run all the time while we're open. So regardless
2 shuttles,
of days.
all the way out to Sleeping Lady.
Yeah.
That's a lot of good stuff. Let's talk families. Let's talk kids. Let's talk opportunities for turning something that Oktoberfest may not necessarily seem like a family activity, but it really is. You've set it up in a way that makes it so everyone is welcome. Families are welcome. What's that look like?
What that looks like is our Kinderplatz area. We have a large tent that is set aside for kids and families. Inside the tent, we have some free activities. There's some activity books, some crayons, coloring. We have face painting.
Got some games in there.
Get some games, all kinds of things for kids to be entertained.
Troy, we've talked about Oompa bands, about partying, about how to have a great time at Oktoberfest. Let's talk about the impact on the community, the business community, as well as the community itself. What are the things that people don't necessarily see or know about that has a really positive impact because of this huge Oktoberfest celebration over 3 weekends?
Well, I can share with you right off the bat that the 3 weekends of Oktoberfest have a $16 million economic impact for Leavenworth. So massive impact.
Yeah.
The 3 Saturdays of Oktoberfest are 3 of the 10 busiest days of the year for pedestrian footfall.
That says everything.
So that's huge. So a lot of our retailers, our restaurants hang their hat by these weekends because this is a show-in that you can make money and have a great weekend on Oktoberfest. For us, for the chamber, this is a big thing. We are a 501c6 membership organization, so we mainly make our money off membership dues, things like that. But Oktoberfest allows us the opportunity to raise funds for some of the things that we do for the community. So when we took over Oktoberfest in 2022, shortly after, we instituted something called Destination Smart, which is a sustainable tourism management plan. And part of that plan is something called Funding It Forward. And what we do is, because we get lodging tax to help us put on some of these events, and we're raising money, we want to fund it forward to other projects, nonprofits, groups in the community that are seeking funds for things that they want to do. So everything from Blackbird Island Pond restoration to helping the Upper Valley Historical Society with some of their exhibits, to donating money to Upper Valley Men for affordable housing. This event allows us to be able to give back into our community. For Oktoberfest, we hire typically around 150 people to work those 3 weekends.
Nice.
So this is a little extra money they can pump into their Christmas celebrations. The amount of people that we hire and what it injects into this local economy and what it does for the chamber and our ability to be a very giving organization and give back what we make on this event to the community.
And then your ambassador program as well. That's one that touches on a lot of nonprofits in this community, correct?
Yeah, we have ambassadors for recreation, we have them for Christmas, and we have them for Oktoberfest. And this is where nonprofits sign up to help us out and provide us with a troop of people to help. And then what they get is a stipend donation to their nonprofit at the end of Oktoberfest. And they help us with the lines, with engaging people, making sure people are in the right line, all those kind of things. And then, as I mentioned before, they help out with our Kinderplatz and the kids.
So drinking beer is helping this community.
Drinking beer,
that's what I'm hearing,
is a positive thing for Leavenworth. So yes, please do it.
Well, thanks for joining me here today. The nuts and bolts, I think, is a really important part to make sure people understand, because we want people to have a good time when they come into the town. We want them to understand how our systems work and to make it the most enjoyable time they can possibly have. So thanks for being here on the podcast today.
Thank you.
Please like us, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll find our podcast through the channels that you normally do. And you can also find information, and you can find our podcast on leavenworth.org. See you next time when we're talking schnitzel.
See you next time, man. Thanks again. Bye, everybody.